What'd you find?
Self-portrait.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning. How are you doing this morning? So I had yummy breakfast and I am now doing a little ankle weights before I leave for ballet. And it is nice and warm in here. And I'm just reading a bit of Eric's book, Inner Focus, Outer Strength. And I just felt like you might want to hear some of it. So if you don't have Eric's book, Inner Focus, Outer Strength, I recommend that you get it. If you don't have Eric's book, Inner Focus, Outer Strength, go order it. I believe it's on Amazon. You will find it on the Google. And I was reading this yesterday and just left the page open and just rereading it today, reading about the mesentery. So this picture is really cool. Can you see that? So it shows the mesentery as it connects all the organs. See, like my purple nail polish? I painted it last night while we were watching Raiders of the Lost Ark. Yes, that's what we were watching. And we didn't watch it all because it got too late. This is exciting, isn't it? It's like morning story time. The mesentery. Muscles, ligaments, and connective tissue often act as a mediator between the skeleton and the organs. An important example of this relationship is the mesentery, which is what I just showed you. The mesentery uses connective tissue to connect the intestines to the back of the abdominal wall, basically kind of your back in front of your spine. It is thus obvious that the state of the intestines is reflected in the musculature of the back. Slack and bloated intestines tend to pull the spine forward and produce a hyperextended, hollowed spine and lower back. That is when your back is kind of like that. And then he leads a little exercise, which I'm also going to read to you. So why don't you do this while I read it to you? So you're going to lie down in the constructive rest position, which is basically lying on your back with your knees bent up. And then you're going to picture the following. The mesentery is like a beautiful ocean plant. So maybe just put your hands on your abdominal region and just imagining that connection around your organs, that mesentery just floating like an ocean plant anchored to the ocean floor with tiny floating leaves. The spine represents the ground of the ocean and the mesentery and intestines, the plant with its floating whorls. Isn't that nice? So why don't you do that for a little bit? So that's the end of story time for this morning, but lots more coming. So yeah, Eric Franklin, Inner Focus, Outer Strength. One of the best books ever. Oh, and to answer your question, Jocelyn, she asked me, what books am I hoping to read in 2016? Which is an interesting question because I don't really read books generally in the way that most normal people read books, which is like starting at the beginning and reading it and going to the end. I do dance with books, but I don't normally read them, although I am reading So Ella's new book. In general, I like to dive into anatomy books, science books, physics books, a lot of Eric's books, honestly. And for example, this book is open, which is my anatomy colouring book, and I have it open to the inner thigh muscles page. One of Eric's books, for example, you can't really just like sit down and read it like a book. It's such an experience. So that is the answer. And most of the books I read are kind of like that. I also am part reading the, what's it called? Secret of the Flower of Life by a guy named Druvel. I don't know if that's how you say it. I can show it to you later. And that's another book you can't really just like sit down and read it. So that's my answer to Jocelyn, is that I don't really read books. I don't have any on my list, but I will be dancing with lots of books throughout the year. The main book I read in my life that I was really like into was Matilda. Anyway, on that note, I need to finish my ankle weights and pay attention and go to class. So I'll see you at ballet. Oh, and let me know what books you're reading or not reading, or what your relationship with books is. I also would really like to know. So I'll see you guys later. ice. And I got my winter boots out, and you just saw my, this is my device for keeping warm, because my legs have been freezing these past few days, which is not good. Getting cold in your bones is not a good idea. This is one of my scarves tied around, and I have to say, it's awesome. And this is one of my scarves, and it doesn't really match my coat, and that's okay, because it's winter. So, oh, good morning.
Good morning.
Look how cute those two are. Emily's back. Yay. There she is, there she is. Can you see her? Yay. So ballet happened, and it was really cool, having a whole bunch of really cool insights. One being really experiencing gravity, and then the ground reaction force that comes from that, and seeing lots of ways I can give you experiences of it, but I don't think I'm going to do it right now because it's kind of noisy and I'm slightly self-conscious that they can hear me in there. But one image that I can share with you right now is I have this image of my head being like a spaceship from Star Wars, and just put your hand on the back of your neck, like base of your skull, back of your neck, and you're just going to squeeze and like kind of rub it side to side. And is it the new Star Wars? I think it is, when you've got, yeah it is, where they like steal a spaceship and it's attached to this tether and it's like trying to get away. And I just imagined that I was rubbing, or actually rubbed the back of my neck, and just imagined it was like kind of releasing the tether of my head spaceship that was like trying to fly away. And then just take your hand off and just imagining, whoa, my head can just fly. And I totally feel release in the back of my neck. It felt really different in pirouettes. Just really, really, really cool. Okay, so more later. I was just talking to Eric, which was really cool. I'm telling him some of my images. But now I've got to go because Jess and Rachel have left already, and I need to get home. So I'll see you at home. So Eva's here. We had lunch. When did I vlog last? I think it was a ballet. Anything to report to the vlog?
Communicate how you feel. Thank you for doing that. I always look up. I don't look in there. Communicate. 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 Love you.
And did you see, who was it? Was it Fiona or Barbara? Or somebody commented, Rachel's head is, I can't remember what it was, but it's like, it's a very nice head. I'm like, it's a very nice head. And I replied saying, like, I have a particularly small head that does then make Rachel's head look bigger. Plus she has like an abundance of gorgeous hair, so nothing.
That was really
You have a lovely big head.
Like foreground, background. There we go. Now it looks cute.
It's really cute. Yeah, but you kind of have a like relatively big head too. Or maybe it's just your ponytail.
No, my head is so.
It is.
Everyone's on my dad's side. They're all big-headed.
Big head. That's funny.
You cannot really judge the size of your head just by looking at it. You actually measure the head by your circumference, like from here to here.
Oh, really?
So there's people that might appear to have a big head, and meanwhile they can have a really small head.
Wow.
And people that have like.
I bet you could put your hands around my head.
Your head is so small.
It's ridiculous. Yeah, you
oh my
I feel
gosh.
like you can.
She practically
Almost. Yeah, you have a pretty small head.
I do, which is really challenging for hats.
Q-tip action.
Which is why I'm making my own. I totally had the vision of making my own hat. And actually in ballet today I had the vision of very flexible skull bones.
Cool.
It's really cool. Check
Hey,
it
guys.
out, check it out, check it out.
Just thought this was a funny moment. Sandy and I are like commenting to each other on Facebook. We basically just had the same idea. And I said, haha, we have the same idea. And she said, nice. I would have known that you were discussing this if the vlogs were live. LOL. So funny, Sandy. That actually made me laugh in real life, but my reenactment was
funny. And hi Addy, wrote a really sweet comment on this vlog. Aww.
What'd she say?
Addy writes really sweet comments. This was on the magical New Year's Eve. She said it was sweet seeing the beach sunset light on the last day of the year, punctuated with your laughter and visions. Jess, I feel you, big hugs. I remember New Year's Eve often being disappointing / frustrating when I was in my 20s, but since I stopped trying to make it into this big night, it has become much more special and settled into a quieter celebration. Happy New Year to you all. And Kate wrote also really sweet. Yay, 2016 baby. Mark, hope to see you in New York in a few weeks. And Laura, I love how you speak about you and Eric and your gratitude downloads for him. I feel this deeply. The being alone to connect, layers of sadness inside this realization, but the truth of it is undeniable.
basically we're all trying to decide who, when, where, what, how should we go to the co-op. I just decided I want to go. Jess is going. Laura's TBD, like, keeps going back and forth, but the time is now to decide. Let's just go.
Okay.
Stop braiding your hair.
No, I'm braiding it so I can put my hat on and my hair doesn't get all tangled.
A really cool experience. In Holy Shift on Monday, we were like all had to like gift ourselves with something, and I got the image of gifting myself delicious like shea butter to do a nice ritual, kind of warm, soothe, moisturized skin that's dry in the winter. And yesterday I was rummaging through one of my drawers, and what did I find but the Buddha butter from Hawaii, from Healthy Hut. And I totally forgot I had it, and I rubbed it all over, and it felt so nice. It was so moisturizing. And it was like, I completely forgot I owned you, Buddha butter. It's so awesome. So shout out to the Buddha.
And you got Buddha earrings on.
And I have Buddha earrings on. Compliments of Emily.
You look really funny.
Guys, check out Laura's
gosh.
fashion statement
Really
of the
bad.
year.
I really need to work on this. I need a coat that's this long, and I'm gonna make myself a like long thing.
We just walked out and we were like, it's not cold. It's like kind of refreshing and nice out.
No, but I bet it is.
Yeah, maybe it is.
I
We're
can
just so
feel it.
bundled.
Bundle works. I'm all about being warm.
Me too.
This is gonna be the warmest winter ever.
You were pretty bundled last winter though. Remember your rabbit thing?
Yeah.
And
No,
your
but now
extra
with my
fur?
new scarves,
Yeah.
it's gone to a whole new level.
That's true, that's true.
And you wait till I make my new body warmer thing. It's gonna be so good.
What'd you find?
Self-portrait.
It's really funny. You should just like stop in front of people and strike poses. Boop. We should just do a bunch of
Does
faces.
it look like it? Look, I'm like the people, the paintings in Harry Potter.
Totally. Wait, we should just do like a fast, like do a bunch of different faces.
Sorry.
Go for it. That's awesome. Cool, Mark. Edit that like boom, 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 you know? Okay. Love ya, miss ya.
We're at the co-op. Yay! Now I need to take off all my gazillion layers. First stop is, guess, sauerkraut. So tomorrow Robin's coming over, we're making sauerkraut. That's exciting. Star Wars duct tape. Oh my goodness. I have to get some. And I also found this. Look, hair love. Kinky knots. Is that what that really says? Yes, it does. Look. Look, Star Wars duct tape.
Perfect.
And
What's that?
it's like oil for your hair.
Cool. Do you want
Which is really good for winter. Elsa found. They've got the Maggie socks. Thank goodness. All of mine have vanished. I think Eric stole them. The best socks ever. Maggie's organic. They're more expensive on their website. And they're $10.97 at the co-op. So worth it. What is? Yeah. And look at this.
These are great socks, right?
They're totally amazing socks ever. Me too. Me too, except they vanish. My husband steals them. And then look at this.
I haven't said hey to you yet. I got back last night. But anyway, we just watched, was it Raiders of the Lost Ark? Well, I finished it with Caitlin and Laura. Laura's passed out on the floor. Caitlin's in the kitchen. It was really good, kind of gory. It was really fun. It's Laura, Emily, Caitlin hang out again. Yay! 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 Okay, so night night.
Give a thumbs up. Leave us a comment.
Leave a comment, give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you're new.
Love you.
Send some love. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.